Hey YouTube, welcome to Let's Get Into It with E and J. I'm E.
And I'm Jay.
My husband Jay and I have been together for almost 20 years. We are doing this podcast because we have had many priceless life experiences. So we feel our viewpoint is valuable. And no doubt we like to have a good time along the way.
Our channel is a different perspective on relevant hot topics of today. So basically something different.
So let's get into it. Hey YouTube!
Yo, what up, world?
Here we go. Once again.
E and J back
In the house.
with another one.
Yes.
On this Memorial Day.
Yes. Happy Memorial Day, everybody.
Monday.
Yes. Glad to be home.
Hope all the moms had a good Mother's Day.
Oh, yes. Oh, my Mother's Day was great.
Yeah. Did it up a little bit for the queen and all that.
Yes, they did.
The damn weekend been sunny and hot and sunny and
Yeah.
hot. Now it's back sunny.
Yeah, it's good today.
Here in Virginia.
Yeah, it's a good day today. No rain. Yesterday was, I don't know what it was.
It was like
Rain and dreary. Yeah, just a mess yesterday.
Like
but
60
today,
degrees.
beautiful outside.
So we're glad you are tuned in with us.
Okay.
Another PowerPoint presentation.
And now we will have Jay sharing shoutouts. Yes. All right, what you got, Jay?
Thank you. You are far too kind. As you already know, you are tuned in to the best 1-2 dynamic.
Yes. I'm E.
And I'm Jay.
Yes.
The Mike and the Pippin.
Okay. I'm Pippin.
Yeah, you Pippin.
Okay, I knew it.
Of
I knew
course.
I was gonna get Pippin. It's okay. He good too. He good.
But anyhow, thank y'all for tuning in.
Yes.
These shout outs is coming from our last week video in tune titled from E and J's Relevant Hot Topics May 2020. If you have not watched that video, go watch that video.
Yes.
We're kicking, some topics that you might find interesting.
Yes.
As always, like, subscribe,
comment and share
the
yes.
videos and the channel. We
all
really
of
appreciate
that.
it.
We do.
Hit the like, thumbs up button. Hit
Yes.
the notifications, all that. To get us in this YouTube circle or whatever.
Yes.
Trying to grow the channel.
That's all.
That is it. That is all. Trying to grow the channel.
Yeah.
But anyways, first shout out for this week goes to 757 own.
Okay, there it is.
Kyle.
Kyle. Okay. All right, Kyle.
Kyle Hall.
Hall. Okay.
He's a regular.
Yes, Kyle. We appreciate
so I
you.
hope I ain't butchering your name, man. But 757 on right
All
there.
right. Yes.
Next one goes to Hexa.
Hexa. Okay.
Also is a regular.
Yes.
In our comments.
We appreciate you.
Appreciate you. Next one goes to Karma 52.
All right, Karma.
Another regular.
Yes, we enjoy y'all. Yeah.
Thank you.
Coming back.
Another one is Daryl Moore.
Daryl.
What's up with you, homie?
Okay.
Next one is my man, a regular.
Okay.
Always got something positive to say for us.
All right.
HD.
Okay.
Hewley.
Hewley. Hewley.
What up, King?
We appreciate you, Hewley.
All right. Next one goes to Paul Agbaku.
Oh, yes, Paul Agbaku. Yes, we enjoy you.
Another regular.
Yes, Paul.
Agbaku. Shout out to you. I hope I'm saying your last name right, man.
Yeah.
Another regular coming up. Mary Wall.
Mary. We enjoy you, Mary.
What's up with you, Queen?
How you doing?
And last but not least,
Okay.
goes to one of my favorites.
All right. Who's that?
She done gave us a donation in the Cash App.
Okay, I know who this is.
No other than
the good. Yes.
Tiffany Brown.
The good Tip. Yes, Tip. Tip always coming through with a couple of dollars. We enjoy that. Thank you, Tip. We ain't mad. Thank you, Tip. We gonna say thank you for everything you do. You are awesome. Thank you,
Yes.
Tiffany Brown.
And shout out to all the followers, all the subscribers for supporting the channel, for supporting us.
Yes.
We hope everybody's safe in this melee going on in the world, in the United States right now.
All of that.
Hopefully all this will brush over and we, can get back to somewhat normal.
Yeah, we hope so.
But in the meantime, just continue to take care of yourselves.
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands, wash your ass.
Oh. Okay.
And try your very best to stay safe.
Yeah, watch the channel.
And tune in.
Yeah, how about that?
Tune in to E&J.
Here we go. All right.
Mr. Bum Bump back.
Do I see a flare up?
Mr. Bum Bump done gave us some material, yo.
Oh my God.
Back.
Why, Lord?
Mr. Bum Bump, he done got a little bit of lineup. His shit's still kind of crooked. The lineup is still kind of crooked. I can't talk. I got a baldy, but it is what it is. I don't give a damn about no head.
Okay. My only question: why, if you know you got that, why do you put your face on the damn camera? Why, man?
And it should be right in the damn phone.
He just put it up front. He put it on Front Street. Why?
Yeah,
obviously, he do not watch his videos before he posts them.
Yeah, he just hit.
He just hit send. Upload. Yes.
Upload and send.
Yeah, he just hit that button real quick because he don't watch himself. If he did, he wouldn't have done this. But we're gonna get right back into some new information. Basically, some former previous information. We're going to go back to that to check out the new information, updates on what the hell is going on. Do you remember this BS from May 4th?
This was a disgusting video of some kind of food particle going from the top lip to the bottom lip on my man, yo. And this nigga would not wipe his mouth.
See, this how we know he don't look at his videos before he posts them. He just hit publish.
He would not get no dental floss. To floss that shit out, wipe your mouth, put some Carmax or something on your lips, man.
Do something, because trying to get through this video,
I could not even look at this shit.
I'm disgusted.
I'm trying to drink my water.
Okay.
And I'm kind of like semi-gagging.
Yeah.
Looking at
nauseated.
From
the top to the bottom. Okay. When you watch this, we're going to play this clip. And what we want you to do is listen to the content, of course, but watch this particle that flies out of his mouth and lands on his lip, and how it survives every lip mash and every tongue stick out and go from the top to the bottom and just don't go away until like the end of the video.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just going to be listening. I'm not going to be looking at the screen.
It's disgusting.
Because the shit is going to probably make a little bit of throw up come out of my mouth. So...
No, honey, don't.
You may proceed on.
Okay.
I'm going to close my eyes.
Oh, my.
And just listen.
Oh, I want to grow somebody out.
I use one of my 5 senses. I'm not going to use my vision on this one.
Do you remember this BS from May the 4th?
I want to say thank you to all the brothers and sisters who have supported us. Team Pan-African, the National Independent Black Parent Association, the FDMG campaign. I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. We began raising money for this campaign during the spring of 2014 with the very first ever donation collected at Better Family Life in St. Louis, Missouri. It was at a lecture I did around this time, spring of 2014. In St. Louis, Missouri, at the Better Family Life Center, where we collected our very first donation to pay the attorney in order to enter a bid on our behalf for the St. Paul's College in Lawrenceville, Virginia. We were unsuccessful in raising the necessary $2 million, and that college has since then been sold to the Chinese. At that time, we began to look for regular schools, knowing we did not have enough money to do an overnight residential academy. And we were blessed on February the 7th of 2019 to purchase 2 beautiful schools in the Black community of Wilmington, Delaware, which we now own. For these entire 6 years of fundraising, none of the monies that you all donated could be written off on your taxes. You gave those donations freely from your heart, and you asked for nothing in return. And I want to thank all the brothers and sisters who donated, from that first donation in St. Louis, Missouri, all the way up until the ones I just picked up today. I want to say thank you to all you for donating selflessly out your heart, not even being able to write it off your taxes, but you did it because you have a vision, like Dr. Umar has a vision, of a truly independent, truly revolutionary Pan-African nationalist, modern, upscale academy for black boys. So I want to say thank you. The important announcement that I have is, after 6 years of fundraising, without none of my donors being able to write off their donations on their taxes, after 6 long years of standing by your brother, Dr. Umar Johnson, giving selflessly your dollars and quarters and pennies and nickels, getting nothing in return, I am pleased, and I'm only speaking to my supporters. I'm only speaking to my supporters. I am only speaking to my supporters. I want to say, effective today, May the 4th of 2020, we have regained our tax exempt status. And beginning with your 2020 taxes, when you do the taxes for this year, next year, you can now claim your FDMG donations on your tax return, brothers and sisters. That's right. Start keeping track of your donations, because we have been approved. We are now tax exempt. You can now claim your FDMG donations on your taxes, brothers and sisters. I am happy today. I'm happy because you all have sacrificed enough without getting anything in return, and you can now claim your tax exempt status. You can now claim your taxes. Your donations to FDMG can now be claimed on your taxes. So donate more, brothers and sisters. Donate more. I don't know how much you can write off. I'm not an accountant. You can discuss that with your accountant. How much of money do you give to tax-exempt organizations can be written off? I don't know if it's all of it. I don't know if it's some of it. I don't know that part. You can handle that with your accountant. But I do want you to know that we are now officially a tax-exempt organization in the United States of America.
All right. I hope you didn't see. Did you see the particle?
Yeah, I had my eyes closed. I almost fell asleep.
Okay.
Okay,
that was just gross. But I want to mention something real quick. If we didn't say this in the last video we made about him saying that you've been donating and getting nothing in return, and now you can write off your donations because we're tax exempt. Okay, let me find out. Let me see in the comments. Who donated to Umar Johnson expecting nothing in return? Okay, what is he talking about?
Because not only that, even if I could remember, giving to the Salvation Army, and I know when tax time come, that was going to be a write-off on my taxes.
Well, my point here is that people, well, we never donated. I know I didn't donate.
Me neither.
Okay, people who did donate, donated because they were promised a school. Is he misunderstanding what the donations are for? You donated out of the goodness of your heart and got nothing in return, is what he said. So he's definitely not giving you anything. You're not going to get a school. That's not going to happen. But that was the promise.
And on top of that, he's recognizing that you ain't
getting nothing. You're not going to get nothing. But you scamming ass, scammified, tricking ass, scammer. Do you know what this nigga did?
What this nigga did?
Anti-Afro Svengalis. Let me shout her out real quick.
Peace to the sister.
Yes, anti-Afro Svengalis. She found out how this nigga done set up there and got another tax-exempt status. He first, let's go back to 2017 when he was revoked for his tax-exempt status. He named the school Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey RBG Leadership Academy. It was through a Philadelphia, Pennsylvania application that he applied and got the EIN number 465707643. Okay? That is an important number. That's how you do everything that you need to do for your business or your school or whatever you got with the government. The government is going to allow you to be tax exempt according to this EIN number.
Basically, like your social security
That's your
number.
social security number for your business.
Right.
What this scamming ass, scamified, tricking ass, scammer did was sit up there and refile with a new name. The school is now called Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Leadership Academy. Okay, it's a little bit different. It used to be RBG Leadership, so he took RBG out. So now he's brand new in Wilmington, Delaware. Applied again, got another EIN number 845179390.
But not only that though, he don't think they're gonna fucking put two and two
Oh my
together
God.
with the name. The name is not too much.
Not that
different.
different.
I mean, come on, B.
It's not that different. Another thing he took out was the RBG. It looks like, yeah, that's all he did. Just took that out and applied in a different state. Man, this is the oldest scam in the book, almost. One of the oldest scams. You wreck your first situation, you just act like that didn't happen, then apply again with a whole new situation like you a different dude. No, this is still just you.
I cannot believe my man is not locked up yet.
Yeah, because this
this
should do it. This should do it. This should attract some attention up in the IRS when two people come to one another's desk and be like, hey, didn't you revoke this nigga Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey? Yeah, oh, he took the and out. He took the little ampersand out. So didn't you have a Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey RBG Leadership Academy? Yeah, I sure did. He was revoked back in 2017. Well, I just got another application in here. He got a new EIN number. Call the feds. Call the feds. We're going to need the federal police. This nigga is perpetrating a fraud on the government. All day. This is what this is.
Woo, woo. That's the sound of the police. Woo, woo. That's the sound of the police.
Oh, my God. Yeah, he's once again illegitimate. You do not have a tax exempt status. You just changed the name and got a new number.
That's the BDP song you needed to be playing.
Yeah.
At the beginning of your,
Yes.
on that last live you had.
Yeah. Yes, because they got to do something now. I mean, you are really scamming the government. Government don't play usually.
Well, shit, if he scam his own people, shit, he don't give a damn.
They don't give a damn about no government, but they give a damn about your money. You know, if you collecting donations with a fake EIN, another one that's not legitimate because it's the same place. You just got a new, it's like, okay, I run through my credit and now I'm bankrupt. Okay. Okay, say that. Let's just say that. Okay, I got a social security number. Now I'm just going to start using a different social security number because that one is wrecked. Then you can't do that. That's illegal. You wrecked your first EIN number by not producing the proper documentation. So wait a minute. So that means you still going to have to provide documentation with this new EIN number. Do you have all of the information that they need? Nope. Where are the documents, the records of all of the donations? They want to see. You have to be transparent.
Yeah, my man.
To be tax exempt.
He is relentless
Yes.
with this shit.
He is. He's not going to stop. He won't. He can't stop.
This nigga
But
is
just
relentless.
like my man Lennon already said, he is not, he ain't never been accepting donations for the school. At this point, he's accepting donations to keep up that drug habit. He's just trying to keep them jitters up off him.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Yeah, but that looks like it. Now he's just beating himself up. I hear him slapping his leg every time he speaks. You're going to see. We're going to play the next video. Yeah, okay, but wait, no, we got to go back. Do you remember this extra BS from May the 4th?
The other problem or the other part of the answer as to why there have been no renovations on the school relates to another suspicious reality that we're dealing with. And that is, we cannot find the original architectural blueprints for the campus.
Remember this lie? He couldn't find the blueprints, he said. It's been a whole year you've been inside of those buildings, and they've been in your name apparently. you had no blueprints, so you thought you needed some blueprints and you couldn't find them. Check this out.
I wanted to give a quick FDMG status update, brothers and sisters. We found the architectural designs. We have the blueprints. Right now, my architect is reviewing the blueprints to determine if there's any changes that need to be made to the blueprints.
Okay, that was on May 22nd. Now he got the blueprints.
What we at May 25th?
Yeah, today's the 25th. So on May 4th, they've been looking for a year. They can't find the blueprints. They done called to the city. They don't have the blueprints. He's doing everything he can fucking do, and there's no goddamn blueprints. Like, what is this? A week or so? No, it ain't even a week. It's like 4 days. No, since May 4th. Like 2 weeks. 2 weeks after we did our video saying, hey, nigga, you don't need blueprints to do renovations. What, about 3 weeks? Yeah. Okay. He done seen the video. Or somebody done told your dumb ass, you don't need blueprints to do renovations.
Well, I'm pretty sure he knows that.
No, I don't think he do. He wouldn't use that stupid excuse. Well, that was just dumb.
That's just the point. You know what I'm saying? He think black people don't know that you don't need damn blueprints.
Oh, so he just...
Yeah, that's just to feed niggas uneducated.
So we stupid.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what it is.
Yeah, he
that
knows
that
he don't.
aware of that shit.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
But it's a miracle, y'all. Jesus let him find the blueprints. Here they go. The blueprints from heaven.
Well, just like the tax exempt finally come through.
Yes. Hallelujah.
Finally come through.
It's a miracle. And he didn't say where it was at. Where were they? Did the city find them? He didn't say.
And on top of that, now he's saying that his architect is looking at the blueprints when I already thought on the last video he said that it's gonna cost too much
to have an architect. Yeah, that costs too much. Y'all's money is valuable.
And I thought the blueprints was for the contractors, HVAC man, a plumber, to each look at.
Electrician.
Not an architect.
Well, the architect's supposed to govern all those people. He's probably the damn supervisor over everything. But you know what? He's confused and all mixed up, and none of this makes no sense. How after a year of looking, you finally found them 3 weeks after you said you done everything, you can't find them? How is this? It's not possible. You lying.
Niggas been putting that pressure on him.
That's all. Somebody let him know. Hey, that's a dumb excuse. All right, so, when you thought it couldn't get any worse, this was absolutely unbelievable to me.
And that dashiki.
Shell Blington going once. Shell Blington going twice. Where you at, Shelly? Hey, Princess Shelly, how you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
What, you about 17 years old?
No, I'm actually 25.
Ah, you look like a baby. That's a compliment. I hear that accent. You in the UK somewhere?
That's right, yeah, in London.
Okay, you're in London. What part of London?
West London.
West London, okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to London. Shout out to my London family. Wolverhampton, Manchester, Luton, Bristol. Shout out to France, Austria, Germany. Shout out to all my Africans in Europe. What's on your mind today, Queen?
I'll actually, now that you say that, I have a question. What you feel about, I don't know if it's that recent, but I've seen, it's quite prevalent in UK Twitter and the US Twitter. There seems to be quite a diaspora war between the two, not gelling so well, with different cultural differences.
Which two, Queen? Which two? You mentioned two.
Between young black British people and young black African Americans.
Ah, okay, a divide between African American, African British.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't support that divide. As you know, I am a Pan-Africanist. I am a Garveyite. We believe one family, one race, one people. So when I come to the UK, shout out to Sister Kemet and my Power Sis family in the UK. Shout out to Sister Emma and her family. It's all one love for me. We all come from the same place. We all come from the same place. Now, we do have a reactionary movement over here. We do have a reactionary movement over here that is dividing the consciousness of African Americans from everybody else so they can beg the white man for crumbs. We do have a movement over here that has a lot of politically uneducated followers who believe that tribalism is a solution for Black America's problems. I do not endorse it. I do not endorse it. We are one family. For all you know, you and I could share the same 8 times grandmother, great grandmother. You understand me? You and I could literally come from the exact same people back home on the continent. Wouldn't it be foolish to fight when we could actually be family? It makes no sense to divide the African family up for any reason. I have never seen a strategy that made sense to me that was based on tribalizing the African race. We have been tribalized enough. In fact, it was tribalism that allowed the European to come into Africa and dominate us as effectively as he did it. The worst thing we can do is tribalize and balkanize ourselves. We are one race. I don't push no African American nationality above any African British nationality, above any African Nigerian or African Ghanaian or African Ethiopian or African Australian nationality or African Canadian nationality. We are one race. Everybody, my brother and sister, equal. And when I speak for the race. I don't speak for no tribe, no nation, no ethnicity. I speak for the race. One Africa. United States of Africa. One Africa. Continue, Queen.
Well, that's the thing. It's true that obviously we all look the same to a certain person, but I don't believe that we should go by just because the way other people look at us, they look at us all the same. I do think we are experiencing life similarly, but I also, know that we experience life separately. So I think it's important to celebrate.
When you say separately, do you mean as individuals or as groups? When you say separately,
but either individually, my experiences with racism, etc., life, whatever.
So let me ask you a question. Give me an experience of racism that you feel may be inherently different from your sisters in the United States or in Canada.
Oh no, it'd be different for me. They're like, it's policy, isn't it? Policies differ at different places.
No, not the policy. Your experience with racism. How does your experience with racism differ being in the UK than it would for a sister being in the US? How does your experience differ?
It's difficult for me to answer because I wouldn't know somebody's perspective living in the US.
Let me give you my answer. Having spoken on every continent in the world multiple times except Australia, it is no different. One of the biggest challenges I see when I travel the globe, no matter where I go, from the Caribbean to Asia to Africa to Canada, we all think that racism treats us uniquely different than the way it treats other African people.
Before you continue, I don't mean to interrupt, but before you continue, I do want to clarify that I'm not expressing different levels of racism. I'm talking about culturally, that we are different and that's okay, and that we can still be different, but can still, gel together. My culture is different to your culture. That's okay. It doesn't mean it's better or worse. You can still celebrate it, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't have to foster a divide between these different cultures. Everybody's different anyway. That's just life.
And I don't necessarily disagree with you. There is diversity amongst us as people. There is diversity.
I think that's where people like to divide. Black race isn't a monolith.
There is diversity. Well, let me say this to you. There is diversity amongst us as individuals. There is diversity amongst us as nations and ethnicities. Okay? At the same time, it's like walking into a garden and you see a whole bunch of different plants, a whole bunch of different fruits and vegetables and flowers. On the surface, they're all different, and they are. But they all come from the same soil. Those seeds were all born from the same soil. The point that I'm trying to make, hear me out, I want you to hear me well. The point that I'm trying to make is I think to our detriment, we as Africans go too far in trying to enunciate the differences that we have with each other to our fault. Stay with me.
Yeah.
If you look at the white man, the Catholic or the Irish doesn't necessarily agree with the Italian doesn't necessarily agree with the Anglo-Saxon doesn't necessarily agree with the European Jew. Okay? The Palestinian doesn't necessarily agree with the Iraqi doesn't necessarily agree with the Iranian. The North Korean doesn't necessarily agree with the Chinese don't necessarily agree with the Vietnamese. There's diversity. There's diversity. But
no, what I'm saying is the diversity shouldn't have to divide us.
Listen, I'm not done. Let me finish. The point that I'm trying to make, though, when it comes time for them to look out for the best interests of white people, regardless of the nation, they can put those petty differences to the side and unite for the best interests of their race. It bothers me when I constantly hear black people talk about how different we are. Yes, we are diverse. We're the most diverse people in the world. There's more diversity in Africa than there is between Africans in the next closest race. But at the same time, as Sheikh Anta wrote about in Cultural Unity of Africa, and I think you should read it, at the same time, we are born from the same soil. At the same time, there's a cultural, a historical, an anthropological, an ancestral, and a genetic commonality that we share. We should emphasize that instead of constantly talking about how different we are. Your racism in the UK is not much different than my racism in the US.
No, yeah. Can I just clarify again? I'd just like to clarify again. I'm not speaking different levels. I'm saying that our differences shouldn't divide us. And I think.
Okay, but I want you to give me a clear difference, though. I'm challenging you to give me a clear difference.
I just mean culturally, like our jokes and things. When I speak about the differences I see on Twitter, people are specifically talking about gun violence and brutality that people have over there. And then I see UK Black Twitter talk about, well, we have, it's not much different.
Violence.
We don't have guns, but we still, we still have racial profiling. We still have this, that, and the other. That's what I'm trying to say, is that we do experience a lot of similar things. It's a collective experience as well as individual. And that's why I think we can still celebrate our differences without using those differences to divide us. Like we still experience this together.
I agree. But I would also push back and say that the violence in the UK, the black on black fratricide, is not qualitatively different. And I've seen both up front from the violence here. We use the gun, they use the knife. Primarily.
That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say.
The unemployment rates are almost identical. The self-hate rates are almost identical. The pushing of LBGT is almost identical. America began as a British colony. American law is based on British law.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to say. There are differences in culture, but collective oppression is the same everywhere. I mean, we experience this everywhere. It's oppression across the scale. You still have a cultural differences. That's fine. There's certain holidays I celebrate that you don't celebrate. But at the end of the day, that's something we're all going to collectively.
But are those things relevant to the shared collective political and economic solidarity that the UK and the US should have as African people? Are those things rough? How are those cultural nuances relevant to our shared collective political and economic destiny?
Well, it depends. Like if I have a culture, if I'm like built up in, for instance, an Islamic country as a black person, that would be different to somebody who's brought up into more a black person that's secular.
No, you're not answering the question.
It's like another layer of oppression.
But
so that's what I'm saying. That's what's cultural.
But you're not hearing my question. Your difference of culture as you perceive it. Why is that relevant to a shared political and economic agenda that Black US and Black UK need to forge together? How is that? Why is that?
I'm not saying that these differences affect how we're treated by oppressors. So that's why I need to clarify.
No,
I'm not saying these differences.
Do they affect us working together?
No, that's what I'm saying. These differences should divide.
So why is there a need to highlight them?
Because people still argue about it. That's what I'm saying. That's why I was asking you, what do you say to these people?
Because people argue about it. Because people
find the need to argue about it.
So because people argue about it, that makes it relevant for the political economic unification of Black US and Black UK?
Well, people can't unify if they're constantly talking about their division.
Well, we can if those who have a very strong Pan-African consciousness provide the political education in the US and provide the political education in the UK. We have to raise the consciousness
That's something people have to work on individually.
Not individually, as a group. We need a collective group consciousness. Shared group.
Individuals make a group, so you need these individuals to reach that consciousness, to then be collective, and then put those differences aside.
Okay, are you aware that in almost every African culture, and I don't know of any culture where this is not the case, the smallest unit of human existence is the family, not the individual. Are you aware of that?
Well, of course, these things are passed down into a collective.
Right.
Of
Everything
family.
is about the group. The group, not the individual. It's about the group.
Yeah, I'm not arguing against that. We're not arguing. We're not debating anything. We're pretty much on the same page. That's what I think.
I got you.
Right. Yeah.
I got you.
What the fuck did I just hear you say?
Yo,
okay,
first
all right.
of all, yo,
Get him, honey.
Shorty, you got people tapping in to answer their questions.
That's
yo.
it. That's
not
it.
to debate
Yes.
and try to infiltrate your ideology on their question, yo. You ain't even answered Shorty question.
Do anybody remember the question she asked?
And on top of that, every fucking black person is not studying or want to be a fucking Pan-African.
First of all, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, hey, a lot of people is not coming from that state of mind, yo.
First of all, I agree with everything you just said. But there are different perspectives in everything. People are individuals. I love how she broke that down and you had to just deflect. She said individuals make up the group. So if you don't have a similar like-minded consciousness within the individuals, how will the group even be? Right. You can't, nobody is going to group up or link up with somebody who thinks totally different. So that's what she's saying here. And you just basically, okay, well, are you aware that the smallest you went all the way to the left with some all the way not relevant to what she's talking about. Her question was, what do you think of the blacks in America and the blacks in the UK she's in London, or British blacks arguing over their differences? He went into an entire lecture about how he does not agree with the differences. That's not the question. That wasn't her question. Is what do you think about their arguing over the differences? Okay?
It's just like a relationship, yo. You're not gonna be with somebody who you fucking disagree with on every goddamn subject or topic that come up in your relationship, yo.
Well, there won't be a group if no one agrees. There's I want to give an example of that. The first thing I thought of,
unity in that type of shit, yo.
None. So I don't know how any consciousness could come forth or some similar ideology would ever happen. The group is null and void. There's no group. Everybody's divided. But this is an example I thought of right away when she said individuals make up the group. Just think about the black family. In most cases, dad, mom, child. That's a group. There was 3 people, maybe more children, but let's just go with these 3 people. Historically, in this country, the black male has been incarcerated or somehow
taken out of the home.
Of the group. How does the group survive?
Well,
it doesn't.
Right.
It just doesn't. You have to have like-minded people together.
That's right.
That's number 1. Number 2, let's just play once again. I want to hear, what the fuck did you really just say?
We have to raise the consciousness.
That's something people have to work on individually.
Not individually, as a group. We need a collective group consciousness. Shared group.
Individuals make a group, so you need these individuals to reach that consciousness, to then be collective, and then put those differences aside.
Okay, are you aware that in almost every African culture, and I don't know of any culture where this is not the case, the smallest unit of human existence is the family, not the individual. Are you aware of that?
Well, of course, these things are passed down into a collective.
Right. Everything is about the group. The group, not the individual. It's about the group.
Yeah, I'm not arguing against that. We're not arguing. We're not debating anything. We're pretty much on the same page. That's what I think.
I got you.
Right. Yeah.
I got
He wants to argue with her so bad.
I don't know why, yo. Like
He
picking a
just-
fight with a female.
Yeah, and
Once
he does
again,
that. He does that.
He'll never come at niggas like that.
Never. I've never, not once. Maybe with the Reverend, but he was over the phone. And every time he's over the phone. But a female, I think he assumes is weak. But she didn't show up like that. She showed up with all strength. And I love how she conducted herself. She didn't get emotional. She didn't start yelling and screaming. She just brought out facts. And her intellect overtook his. Because at some point he went to, are you aware that the smallest unit in human existence is the family? I almost fell out my chair. Did you hear him say the smallest unit in human existence is the family, not the individual? This flies in the face of everything you are, Umar Johnson. Where is your family? Where is your wife? Where are your children? Umar motherfucking Johnson, you have not been with a family since you left yours with your mama. I'm incensed behind this bullshit. How the hell are you ever gonna open your fat mouth and say the smallest unit? Meaning there's nothing else. That's it. You come from the family. And that's the most important thing. That group determines everything. You, Umar Johnson, don't have one. You are not married to none of them women you done made pregnant. And I don't know how many it is. I'm thinking there's 3 already that's been documented. 3 children, 2 or 3. I bet it's a whole bunch of more. You got the unmitigated gall to come out with the nigga. You don't have a family. How could you? This is too much for me. I cannot. I can absolutely. No, he didn't. Did he actually come out and advocate for the family?
But not only that, though, my man never practices what he preaches.
Never, ever.
He practices having a wife. He practices being a dad or this family structure thing. But he demonstrates none of these things.
That's what he say out his mouth. Oh, the smallest unit in human existence is the family. Oh, your mouth can say whatever you like. But your actions show that the family is absolutely not the smallest unit in human existence. The smallest unit of human existence is your black ass. Because you by yourself, nigga. You don't have no family. None. The babies that you made, you have not legitimized. You ain't married nobody. So I don't know what this African ideology that you quote from, because you surely ain't living it.
Pan-Africanism.
Your Pan-African ass is null and void by your motherfucking self. I cannot. I can't believe this.
All his car videos, it ain't a shorty next to him.
I don't see nobody.
I don't see Sharon.
Where is Sharon? Where did Sharon go? I don't see and you know what else? None of these baby mamas want to be public either. They don't want to come out and say they was with this nigga. Because they constantly having to go to court. They have to drag your ass to get you to pay for your goddamn children. This is too much. This nigga.
To your child, man.
Oh my God.
Be a father to your child.
He's not. He is absolutely not a father. He's not a husband. He's not a human motherfucking being. Damn. He does not advocate for his children. You do not take care of the people you brought into this world. And that just makes me sick. I can't believe it. But and you want to be.
But yeah, he's trying to look after somebody else.
He's going to. He has
a
boot camp.
He tried to look after black boys. He
tried to make a boot camp for you sorry niggas that don't know how to take care of your children in a school system. I cannot. Wow. I'm hot now. Made it hot in here. Yeah, and I love this young lady. I love how she called in. She kept her composure, because if it would have been me, he would have just straight got cussed out. Because first of all, who are you talking to about a family? Did you say that word to me?
He's not going to even go there.
He's
not going to even
go there. He's not going to even go there. I'm not a supporter.
He's not even going to go there.
He's not going to go there. Yeah, but he did that. He tried it. And I love her for the way she handled it. But yeah, that's your nigga.
That's your punk ass
yeah. So, if you enjoyed this video and want the hilarity to continue, please support our channel by donating at PayPal.
Also, if you enjoy this video and want the hilarity to continue, please support our channel by donating that Cash App. That's $ENJ Podcast 1. So,
yeah.
Basically, if you coming from church,
okay,
if you ain't give the pastor the Father's Day, Mother's Day,
building fund,
Ladies' Day, ladies with the best hat, men with the best suit,
okay,
donation plate, whatever link you got in your pocket.
The lint. We don't want the lint though. No.
The lint with the pennies.
The pennies. Okay, we'll take the pennies.
Oh, you know how them the old guys be having like a $1.38 for change in their pocket. We'll take the $1.38. That's all I'm saying.
Yes. We appreciate anything. We are not going to blame you because you ain't gave us enough. We are not going to call you trifling. We are not going to build a school. We gonna do none of that.
And we ain't building no church. I mean, no.
I ain't gonna take too much of your time. We can do none of that.
No, but if y'all, in all seriousness, if y'all want to donate, here's all the places you could donate to us to support the channel. We will appreciate it.
Yes, indeed. The buttons to donate are located at the top right-hand corner of our YouTube homepage. So hit them buttons. Hit them a whole bunch of times.
So with that being said,
you've been listening to Let's Get Into It with E and J. Bye.
Bye,